This is problem 9.11 from Brigham and Houston, Fundamentals of Financial Management, Concise, 9th edition. And this is another constant growth rate stock valuation. We've got a stock expected to pay a dividend of $2.75 at the end of the year. Okay, so D1 is $2.75. It grows at a constant rate of 5%, so my growth rate is 5%. If my required rate of return K is 15%, what will be the stock's price 4 years from today? Well, it turns out that if the dividends grow at a constant rate of 5%, the stock price is going to grow at the same constant rate. But the other way that you can do that is just go use the horizon value. So 4 years from today, at the end of year 4, the price today is equal to the dividend 1 year from now divided by K minus G. Well, the price 4 years from now is equal to the dividend 5 years from now divided by K minus G. So I could simply plug those numbers in, and then if I want the dividend in year 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, if it's $2.75 a year from now, then it'd be that times 1 plus this constant growth rate so that'll be the dividend in year 2, year 3, 4, 5. All I have to do is just plug my numbers in. Okay, so the price 4 years from now would be the dividend at the end of year 5 divided by the total rate of return minus the growth portion. All right, that gives me a price in the future of $33.43. Again, with this constant dividend growth rate model, the assumption is that the price, the dividend, and the earnings all grow at the same rate, and that's a pretty strong assumption. Let's look at this would be the horizons. All right, so if I wanted to do P0 here, P1 here, P2 here, P3 here, and P4 here, what the price would be, the price today ought to be $2.75 divided by the rate of return minus the growth portion. So it ought to be worth $27.50 today. $28.88 in a year from now. And so forth. All right, and then this growth on this share price is 5% each period. All right, so if I'm calculating the change in the price each year, notice that the price goes up by 5%, just like the dividend grows at 5%. So the constant growth stock model, that's some pretty strong assumptions, but when you do make them, it gives you a ballpark estimate of what things ought to look like going forward. Now that doesn't mean that's what's going to happen, but that's the best assumption. If you assume that the constant growth rate of the dividends is going to be 5%, and you assume they still pay the same proportion of earnings out as dividends, and it averages the same over the long run, then we would expect to see the price grow at the same rate. All right.